You're saying that billionaires should not exist. So are you basically saying that once you get to $999 million, that the government should confiscate all the rest?
I'm saying that we should go back to a very progressive tax policy like what we had under Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Which would mean that over $1 billion, basically it all goes to the government.
You may disagree with me.
I'm just asking.
All of it goes to the government.
Yeah, I think people can make it on $99 million.
You're saying,
and you know he doesn't say though. So your money, you're at 999 million, right? But now now you get the rest is gone. But now you're investing, and that money every single time it drips over, they're just gonna keep taking your money. Is that what this moron?
But here's the thing. Okay, if the government could show that when the money is given to you, you pay off your debt, you're in a better financial position, and you make better investments that grow the GDP at a faster pace than the private market can do, well, then you have an argument. But you have a horrible resume of this, give the money above $100 billion to the U.S. government. Here's what he says. He announced his support for President Joe Biden and called for a return to a very progressive tax policy that was under Dwight Eisenhower. He introduced new legislation in April, called for the 99.9% Act, which calls for wealthy heirs to pay more on their inheritance by expanding the estate tax to 45% on estates worth at least $3.5 million. It would also impose a 65% tax on billionaires' tax on estates worth $1 billion. 65%. Parents worked hard for this money, and now the government's going to say, no, we did more for you to make this money than you did. Give that money to us. Tom, what are your thoughts on this argument with Bernie Sanders? Because it goes to me similar to what New York and California wants to do.
Well, I look at it this way. I don't see an argument. What I see, I don't see an argument. You have to understand where Bernie's coming from. Bernie is not trying to argue about changing percentages and things in the structure of the current country. They want a restructuring of the company into a socialist construct supported by Marxist themes. That's what they want. They want to wholesale change the country. So when you look at it and you sit inside of a democratic capitalist, a freedom and liberty construct, and these people say this to you, you say, you people are insane. Well, they are insane in that argument. They're not insane when they look at their argument, and their argument is, look, they're trying to convert this to a socialist construct. They don't care about the debt. They want the debt to crash the system. They want the outcome of that. There's no argument here that I see. What I see is them slowly pulling the rug out from under the construct of the country as we know it to get to their socialist paradigm supported by Marxist themes. That's what I see.
That's the fundamental transformation of America that when you heard Barack Obama talking about in 2008 and people had a really hard time visualizing what that was, this is it. And I think, these people want mediocrity. They want that, and they want people who've done better than that. That's correct. Mediocrity breeds dependency on the institutions they love, by the way. A lot of these Democrats are very big pharma allies. It also encourages people who have been successful to want to do what? Pick up and leave. There's so many successful people now that don't even want to be in the United States anymore. Yep. They're like, where can I go? Because they see that this is seeping through. My two messages to Bernie, one is, it's not up to you. This is not your money. Somebody else has earned this money. It's not up to you to decide if $1 million is too much or 10 million is too much or $1 billion is too much. It's not your money. Hands off people's money. It's not up to you. And secondly, Pat, you made a great point about, what the government does completely inefficiently with that money. You can't trust that your money is going to be used well. And a lot of times these wealthy people will donate to charity, will do so much better with their money than handing it over to government bureaucracy that does what? Throws money at education? No results. Throws money at the military? No results. Throws money what has the government done well? If you can delineate for me what the government has done well with your money, then you have an argument. I'll wait.
And by the way, here's the same guy that used to criticize millionaires and billionaires, millionaires and billionaires, millionaires and billionaires. Hey, Bernie, you're a millionaire. All right, billionaires and billionaires, and billionaires and billionaires.
Right. Yeah. Stand by for a quick edit.
Pat, how would you feel, Pat? You're, successful, like Jed said. You're hitting that billion and all that money. You have no idea where it's going. And then you nailed it, Jed. They're going to send it to Ukraine. They're going to send it to places where there's war and shit like that. And it's just like, you don't have the money to even open your mouth. It's unbelievable.
By the way, Jed said something very important. You have no right on what a person wants to do with their money. Stop trying to make decisions thinking it's your money and it's your children. Those two things. Leave the children alone and leave their money alone. Both are theirs. They've paid a price for it, not you.
But that's the core argument. The core argument is the children are the children of the state under the socialist construct. They are there, and you didn't earn that. There is a structure around you, and they argue energy, infrastructure, sewage, all these things, electricity, that was there, and your success was based on that, so you really don't deserve all this. And it goes back to Barack Obama. You didn't build that.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.